Hello everyone, my name's Solteki and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before. Now real quick, before we get into the review, if you enjoy this video, a like and subscribe would be really appreciated. We're pushing for 500 subs and it would really help. So it's been a while since we've done an account review. Obviously with the release of AFK Journey, Solo Leveling Arise, and then Wuthering Waves, I haven't been on Genshin much, but I had some account reviews stockpiled, and with 4.7 being a bit hyped up, I thought I would go back to Genshin and yeah, do an account review. So today we're on Kagura's account. Now, this account seems awesome because he actually has a top 1% Xiangling that we'll get to later. A few others too, top 2% Nahida and Zhongli, a top 3% Furina. And his favorite character is Yelan. So yeah, let's just get into it. First of all, what I always like to check is the Spiral Abyss, which he has 35 stars on. So let's go check that out. So this reset, 9 star, 9 star, 9 star, 8 star. That's very good. I can't do that on my account, but you know, I don't play it too much. And looking at the challenge summary too, you don't really have too much difficulty getting at least 36. You've got that on the last 4, then we'll have 32, 35, 34. All around the 30 mark, and then obviously we're going back to maybe when you didn't have, yeah. This will be when you first started using, like, the main early characters that you get in the game. So, I mean, impressive Spiral Abyss. You've got pretty good scores overall. So, let's just get into looking at the characters. Obviously, we've got a Neuvillette standing proud here. 68 to 90 is huge. You are using the Marichaus Hunter set, which means you don't actually need that much crit rate at all. Because you get 36% crit rate from that 4-piece stat, you'll actually be over 100 crit rate. I suggest going around 40 crit rate for Neuvillette if you use the Marichaus. I apologize for my pronunciation, by the way. I'm dreadful at pronunciation. 4k HP, that's how much I recommend. Let's have a look at these artifacts. Wow, okay, so immediately let me work that out. So that's a 42.8 crit value set with a little bit of attack percent and defense percent. Now I don't think Neuvillette gets any value from defense and attack. I think it's just HP that it scales off, except from like clicking his normal attack, which no one really does. But even just the top two, getting a 43%-ish crit value is just, like, unreal. Okay, wow. That's another 42 crit value piece with HP percent and energy recharge too. So there isn't an unused stat on that plume. That is a perfect plume. For his off-piece, he's using a Wanderer's Trope Sands. It's got 32.6 crit value, which is great. And also the HP little stat there isn't awful to have. So that's a pretty good off-piece. Wow, okay. 33.4 crit value piece with EM and ER. Amazing. And then, wow, a crit damage circlet with 28 crit value. That doesn't seem like too much, and it isn't the best piece, but getting a good crit value substat on a crit circlet is pretty hard to get unless you're really grinding for it. So that's an absolutely insane Neuvillette. C1 too, that's amazing. I like the C2, but I don't think it's as good as the C1. This is what I recommend as well. Most of his damage comes from the A1, so that's all you really need to get to level 10. A nice chunk of damage on these, but it's not as useful as getting the normal attack to level 10. Absolutely unreal Neuvillette. If you can get a little bit more crit damage for the crit rate, then I would do that, but it's like that is nitpicking. That's an awesome Neuvillette. We'll quickly run through some others. Fischl, 88, 167. This guy loves his crit rate. Polar Star, I don't know if that's Fischl's best in slot. It gives the elemental skill and burst damage increase, so I would presume maybe if you need the crit value. Of course, Golden Troop. We've got a skill level 9, I think. Hopefully you can get that last crown. You only need the book, so I'm sure that's something they're working towards. C3's nice as well. Let's have a look if any of these stand out. Instantly, great piece. Whoa, another 42 crit value with energy recharge. Another like near 40 or like a 37 crit value Sans. A huge chunk of crit damage on that goblet. And then wow, a crit rate circlet with attack percent and crit damage rolls. I mean, that is an insane Fischl build. Now, I've never built Charlotte. I don't really know what she does, so I'll just show you the stats. We've got a 61, 150, so I presume she does quite a bit of damage. 158 energy recharge to get her ult up as much as possible. We're running Ballad of the Boundless Clue. I've never even heard of this book. Wow, it's been a while since I've played Genshin. Skills are a bit low. I'm not sure how impactful that is. C0 and running 2 Emblem, 2 Shimenawas. Great chunk of crit on the feather. Huge chunk of crit and energy recharge on the plume. That's nuts. Same with the Sans. Same with the goblet. And then a crit rate circlet with way too much defense percent, but a crit damage, unless she uses defense, I'm not 100% sure. Again, God, the artifacts on this account are just so surprising. Now, Furina is someone I do know how to build. 80% crit rate, 165 crit damage is nuts. And like a nice bit of energy recharge too, that's fine. Around 40k HP as well, amazing. Running the Flow of Sange Ferryman. Let me try that again. Running the Flov Sandra Ferryman? I've never heard of that before. Increases elemental skill crit rate by 16. Additionally, increases energy recharge by 32%. So, if that increases elemental skill crit rate by 16, you do not need 81% crit rate since most of her damage comes from the elemental skill anyway. You're not going to be missing the crits, but if you can get a bit more crit damage instead, you would prefer that. Crown, skill, and ult, amazing. C0, which is fine, but let's have a look at these artifacts. That's a great plume. Every stat is being used. Oh, again with the plume. Oh, I meant flower on this one, by the way, but again with the plume. That is an insane plume. 43.6 crit value with energy recharge and HP percent. Like, that is a perfect plume. Oh my god, on the sands as well. 44.4 crit value sands on HP percent with a HP roll. Another HP percent goblet with elemental mastery crit damage and a huge chunk of crit rate. And then a crit damage circlet again with a 9.7 crit rate. A bit low, but that's still insane. I'm sure Furina does an insane amount of damage too. Now looking at Zhongli, looking at the details, sorry, Zhongli's talking over me right now. How rude. Zhongli's got a good crit rate, crit damage, so he's meant to do, like, he's not just a shield bot. We've got Blacklift Pole, so he's gonna be doing damage. Level 9 skill and a crowned planet befall. That's gonna hit. C1 too, that's great, it's just a little buff. Now, I'm just going to round up for some of these. Obviously, you do still want some HP percent because you still need a shield to do damage, but he's also going to be looking for crit value, sorry. About a 40 crit value here. About a 35 crit value with energy recharge. 21% crit damage on the HP percent and energy recharge, that's amazing. Geo damage bonus with 28% crit damage, that's pretty nice. And a crit rate circle with 14% crit damage. And that is just a solid Zhongli. Now, I'm not 100% sure how to build Nahida. I know you need a little bit of elemental mastery and then her damage can be boosted too. We've got an 80% 193, which is pretty high. No energy recharge, and I was under the presumption that Nahida needed her ult up like a lot. We've crowned her skill and level 8 ult with level 8 attack as well, so she's going to be on field doing damage, I presume. C0, let's have a look at these. On the Deepwood Memories, of course. A lovely crit value flower. Oh my god, a 48.2 crit value plume. That is nuts. Not the best sans. It's EM with... Whoa, sorry, I thought I said crit damage. That's still nuts. What's a 44.4% crit value? I thought I said crit damage. Dendro damage bonus with what, like a 36% crit value? That's very nice. And then a crit rate circlet with a good chunk of crit damage, attack percent, elemental mastery, and HP percent. That's a great Nahida. The artifacts in this account are the best bit so far, like they are insane. Now they're actually using main character and they've got a good crit value. We're in the Wolffang, which is just a very good stat stick. Level 12 and level 11 talents, wow. C6 of course. Oh wow, we've got that good of a value and they're not even using a goblet right now. Let's just see if any of these stand out. That's amazing. That's very good again. That's very good again. And the circlet isn't the best, but it's still a good chunk of crit. Okay, now Yelan is someone that pointed out as being the favorite, so I'm excited for this. I'm not 100% how to build Yelan because I don't have him myself, but I feel like 28k is a bit low for the HP. Got a very good crit ratio though, with a very high chunk of energy recharge. Stringless, which is her best in slot 4-star, I'm pretty sure it just gives an insane amount of elemental mastery and damage from the skill and burst. From the skill and burst. That's insane. Around a 40% crit value with a nice chunk of energy recharge. Same with that one too. Amazing. Same with that one on HP percent sans. Hydro damage bonus is 24% crit damage and energy recharge. We're actually looking for a little bit more energy recharge using the Emblem of Severed Fame. So that isn't bad. Now crit damage circlet with 10% crit rate, energy recharge, and attack percent. We've got 6, 10, 10, so she's being used as an off-field support, just using that E, using a burst, and switching to a DPS. C0. That Yelan's amazing. You want the energy recharge a little bit higher to really use the 4-piece Emblem Severed. I'll try and get the HP up a bit, but the crit value on some of these artifacts are absolutely, like, outstanding, to be honest. We're going to be using some of these characters at the end. Now, just in case I miss any, we'll just look at the crit, like, ratios. We've got Xingqiu with a 66, 177. A Bennett with 51, 160. So using Bennett to do a load of damage too. Skyward Blade, I presume. Level 10 skill, yep. Only C3. Wow, I thought you'd have higher than that. Okay, now Xiangling is top 1%. I believe he said... Yeah, I believe his Xiangling is number 244 on Akasha. 55, 175. The crit rate is a bit low. Clearly using Emblem of Severed Fate with the energy recharge being that high. We've got the Cat, which is her, like, by far best in slot 4-star option. Like, it even rivals some of the 5-star options. Obviously C6, and I presume, yeah, Pyronado, Crowned. We've got around a 45% crit value flower, which is nuts with attack percent. Wow, okay. That is unreal. We've got a 43.6 crit value with EM and 10% energy recharge. Energy recharge Sans with 13.6% crit rate. That isn't the best. Obviously, you've got the EM roll, so any Vaporize team she's in, she's going to be doing a little bit more damage. Pyro damage bonus with 19.4% crit damage with 6.6 crit rate. Obviously, you've got the attack percent too. That's an amazing goblet. And a crit damage circlet with 7.4 crit rate, 15.2 attack percent, and elemental mastery. That's also pretty good. You might look, it's a bit low on the crit rate, but it's difficult to get to like a double crit value circlet. Yeah, that is an amazing Xiangling. I want to use her in a Vaporize comp later on. No, I don't really know how to build Daya because she's not very good. I've never wanted to build her, but very low on the crit rate. I don't know if she gets some crit from her kit. Maybe she does. C0. Talents are 168. So kind of just being used for ult and she hasn't been fully built yet. Not my Diluc with no artifacts on. Level 1 Lithic Blade. Okay, let's go and use some of these oh, I'll claim your welcome. The day must have reset. So before that, let's quickly go into the backpack and see if there's anything like obvious that I've missed. Looking at the weapons, we have the Skyward Harp on Kujo-Sara. I should have pointed out Neuvillette has a signature weapon. Mistsplitter Reforged on Xingqiu is absolutely amazing. We've got a Wolf's Gravestone on Dehya. Amber with the Amos Bow and Lost Prayer of the Sacred Winds on Lisa. So some absolutely amazing 5-star weapons there. So I'm just going to use this team that he's using now as the first test. Let's go heal up real quick. I don't have most of these units. I only just got Furina, I haven't built it yet, and I've never used Charlotte, so, you know, I apologize if I do bad rotations. We're going to go to the Samurai just to test everything out. Masanori is his name. We're just going to E with Fischl and Furina. We'll use Furina's ult when that finishes. He's going to die before I get to do anything. Okay, well, the Furina does a lot of damage. And now we'll try Neuvillette. Wow, okay. I mean, I didn't even really have a chance to test anything. I think Furina was doing about 16k a tick on a skill, which is nuts. And then Neuvillette coming in with like the 35k a hit. There might have been some higher numbers there, but we were not, like, not critting at any point. Obviously, he's got, like, max crit rate. I'm not even sure what Fischl was doing there, so we'll have to look back at it, but... I mean, this team is cracked. I'm sure you can just kill anything in the game in 2 seconds with this comp. But this is the Vaporize team we're going to use because I want to test out Yelan and Xiangling. So Boba does about 5... Guoba. Guoba does about, wow, 13k on the end there. Let's try and get her ult up. Okay, so we're going to ult with Bennett. Ult with Xingqiu. Ult with Yelan. And ult with Xiangling. I'm going to switch to Yelan. Wait for him to heal and... Ooh, 36k there on Xiangling's ult. Sorry, I know I wasn't hitting there, I wasn't doing great rotations, but I mean, you saw the potential there. Xingqiu is doing pretty much good damage too, and obviously Bennett's got a really good build. He'll be buffing up a lot. Try and get the Skyward Blade level 90 so he gets the extra base attack. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really wanted to go through. I'm going to quickly look at his artifacts to see if there's anything I missed because, you know, there was so many insane artifacts. I want to see if he has an over 50 crit value artifact. I think that the highest is Nahida's Plume with 48.2 crit value. There's some others like this Kujo-Sara one. I mean, we've had so many over 40 crit value artifacts that, like, that is just insane. But yeah, just to sum it up, Yelan's build is nuts, Xiangling's nuts, Zhongli insane, Nahida insane, Furina and Neuvillette insane. Fischl as well needs a shout out, she was doing nuts damage. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, again, a like and subscribe would be very appreciated, and this was really good. Thank you for lending me the account. I'm excited to review more in the future. If you want your account reviewed, then send me a link on X, or there'll be a link in the description. Yeah, have a good day. See ya.